Greetings everyone, Mike here with Sci-Fi and more, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome to our Team Sci-Fi family, where nostalgic positivity reigns supreme. Well, we had to take an unscheduled break from the channel to act like a responsible adult out there in the real world, but we are back in the saddle and ready to create more videos and re-engage with all of you, the greatest sci-fi team on YouTube, with an upcoming video this Sunday for episode 4 of our Sci-Fi Sunday stories titled Echoes of the Wow Signal. And following that, by rounding out our 1950s Hidden Gems series with 1956 sci-fi adventure World Without End. And over on our second channel, Sci-Fi and More Express, a video coming shortly covering the updates on a potential sequel to a 1980s underground classic, The Last Starfighter. So, stay tuned. There is more sci-fi to come. Now, for the guys in my age group, the Gen Xers that subscribe and follow our channel, that were little kids in the early 1970s, there was one staple that we used to live for: Saturday morning cartoons. I remember the feeling of waiting all week to see what crazy adventures Scooby and the gang were going to get into, or what other off-the-wall device would pop out of Captain Caveman's club on his adventure with the Teen Angels, while I grabbed my bowl of tasty, and let's be honest, non-nutritional cereal and camped out for the Saturday morning cartoon lineup. Great times, truly great times. I feel bad for the generations younger than Gen X. You really missed out on a truly exceptional experience.
Oh, I miss watching Saturday morning cartoons. How do people have a full life today without them?
Wait a minute. How could you possibly miss Saturday morning cartoons? You weren't even around in the early 70s.
Oh, I meant I'm missing them right now on some of the YouTube retro channels because you made me record this segment with you. You are wasting my time. I need to know what happens next on 1979's New Adventures of Flash Gordon.
Now, out of the cartoons running at the time, the one that jumped out to me the most was the Superfriends, which originally aired on September 8th, 1973, and ran from 1973 to 1985. I mean, it ran for a long time on ABC as part of its Saturday morning cartoon lineup. It was produced by Hanna-Barbera and was based on the Justice League of America and associated comic book characters published by DC Comics. Now, even though the Super Friends had a 12-year run, it wasn't a full 12-year run, and we'll come back to that one. But it came right out of the gate with its incredible theme music that almost had like a military march sequence in the original version. And the original first season of the Super Friends, you know the one if you're in my age group. The episodes that included the junior Super Friends, Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog, a.k.a. the show's Scooby-Doo or Dynomutt, the Dog Wonder. The initial season only had 16 episodes, and then that was it. It was over. The show had been canceled and aired its final episode on August 24th, 1974. But then, something interesting happened. Interest in superheroes among ABC's primetime viewers that were making shows like The $6 Million Man and the live-action Wonder Woman a success sparked ABC to revive the Super Friends. The original 16 episodes of the series were rebroadcast as a mid-season replacement, running from February 7th, 1976 to September 3rd, 1977. These episodes originally ran for an hour or were 45-minute segments during production, which were edited into half-hour versions for the 1976 rebroadcast. At the same time, DC Comics published a Super Friends comic, published between November 76 and August 78, which used Wendy and Marvin from issue 1 to issue 6. And while all this was going on, Hanna-Barbera began production of a revamped version of the show, the all-new Super Friends Hour. Now, when the decision was made by ABC to renew the Super Friends 3 years after the first series, ABC and Hanna-Barbera wanted to ramp up the series' action content. And since they were ramping that up, that meant making all the cast a bit more serious and giving our 5 lead heroes a bit more backup than 3 non-powered junior superhero sidekicks. So, with that, Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog were replaced with the Wonder Twins, Zan and Jaina, and their pet monkey Gleek. Can't forget Gleek. Unlike Wendy and Marvin, Zan and Jaina had superpowers, and a total of 15 episodes were produced for the initial season of this iteration of the Super Friends. Now, this 1977 version of the Super Friends, in my opinion, was a lot better than the original. The new theme music, again, was just pounding right out of the gate, but parts of the original theme remained. The march-style beginning of the theme from 1973 was still there, but it was more of an undertone, almost like a rhythm that a bass guitar player would play to become like the glue that the rest of the song could be built around. Now, this intro is interesting because it is the one that is satirized the most. Even the modern primetime cartoon Family Guy did one of their episode intros as the cast of the 1977 show as the Super Friends, complete with the original 1977 theme music. I'll attach a link to the description for the original Super Friends 1977 intro and the Family Guy parody, so if you haven't seen them, you can see what I'm referencing. Now, over the cartoon's run, there were multiple iterations or versions of the Super Friends, 7 in total. The title of the series varied from season to season, as did the superheroes on the team. And even though the show had a beginning to end that spanned 12 years, with the gap that happened between 1974 and 1977, 9 seasons in total, comprising a total of 93 episodes, were produced. But even with different DC Comics heroes joining the lineup for a season or two, and then others would join in the next season, there were also the big 5 that consistently appeared in every season. Superman, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. They were the anchor heroes of the series, all of which had each previously appeared in their own animated series produced by Filmation. Of the show's complete run, my 2 favorite versions of the Super Friends were the all-new Super Friends Hour in 1977 and the following season in 1978, titled The Challenge of the Super Friends, which saw yet another change to the show, this time incorporating many of DC comic book heroes, but also introducing the Legion of Doom, the villainous collection of DC criminals such as Bizarro, Mr. Freeze, Solomon Grundy, the Cheetah, Scarecrow, and of course, led by none other than Lex Luthor. That was a good show. That one really a good season. Now, as I mentioned, the all-new Super Friends Hour seems like it's the most satirized. And I think it's because each of the heroes is showcased in the intro wonderfully. I was looking at YouTube the other day, And I came across a couple of channels that had each done their own version of the 1977's Super Friends intro, but in live action. And I enjoyed them so much, I wanted to share them here with you if you haven't already seen them. I did not create these videos here, but I do want to give credit where credit is due. The first one was created by the YouTube channel Joyful Jester, and it's titled Super Friends Live Action Intro. And as soon as I saw it, I loved it. The second one was done in a way that looks closer to the cartoon intro was done, and it was fantastic as well. The channel responsible for creating this live action version of the Super Friends intro is a channel called Renekso. I hope I said that right. And that video is titled Live Action Super Friends Intro. And just like the Joyful Jester version, I loved this video creation as well. Both are filled with some feel-good, positive nostalgia. I think you will enjoy them. I'll post a link to both the channels mentioned here in the description below. Check them out when you have a chance. I think you will enjoy those channels. Now, I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but when you see the Renekso video, which is the second one coming up here, is it me or was the image of John Schneider, a.k.a. Bo Duke, from The Dukes of Hazzard used for the character of Aquaman? It sure looks like Bo Duke to me, but I'm not 100% on that one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me see if you see what I'm seeing. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support of our channel and your overwhelming positive thoughts and comments. It is greatly appreciated. You are all the reason we do this, because without all of you, what am I actually doing? Thank you all for stopping by, and while you're here, stick around for a while. And while you're here, please be sure to hit like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe so we can continue our sci-fi journey together as a team. Please enjoy the live action Super Friends videos from the two talented YouTube channel content creators. Have a great galactic day, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.
Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled. Superman, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, dedicated to truth, justice, and peace for all mankind. Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled. Superman, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Wonder Twins, Zan and Jaina, with their space monkey, Bleak. Dedicated to truth, justice, and peace for all mankind.